All right, so we are live and we're going to take a look at exactly what the title says, which is plugin presets on Etsy. This is something new to me personally, and I just want to share my thoughts and I'll talk about one pack that I actually bought and my experience. So, first things first, I'm going to give a few seconds for people to come in. I'm going to go ahead and look at my iPad because I find it a little bit easier. Let me move this over. And then I'll tell you what got me even looking at this, and I'll share that with you in just a second here. All right, almost there. Just getting, turn this down. So, all right. So, recently, I guess at some point, what has it been like 3 years, 2 years, at least 2 years on YouTube? I think I've been on there 3 years, but um, they at some point allow you to set up this thing where you can tag, you know, particular products that you actually demonstrate or show off or whatever. And then people can click on those tags and you get a percentage of the money if they buy through your tag. So I don't think a lot of people unfortunately would buy from my tags for most stuff, especially when it comes to hardware, as I'm not a channel that focuses primarily on hardware. And so I just don't picture it. It's not that somebody won't do it. I just don't picture it happening. If it does happen, that'd be pretty cool. So for instance, I'll give you an example. I tagged my Astrolab 37, my Expressive E keyboard. So if you buy it through one of the links that's on there, then I'll get a little percentage kickback and it just helps the channel. That's it. That's pretty much the whole goal of having tags on there. I am not a full-time YouTuber who gets enough money to live off of this. I just make whatever the little money I make, I pretty much just put it right back into gear or into buying stuff that you guys see on the channel because nobody gives it to me for free. So anyway, that said, let's get started. So I think we got one other person besides myself, which is cool. So thank you for watching, whoever that person is. Um, all right, presets. So the reason why I brought this stuff up about tagging is when I was tagging, I noticed that there were some people selling. There was some tags to where you would get a percentage of money if somebody bought presets from Etsy, and I was like, Etsy? I didn't even know they had plug-in presets. Sure enough, they do. So let's just take a look at some of them. Arturia presets. So if you just type in like something like Arturia presets, you start seeing, let me move this little screen out of the way. All these different preset things come up. Like here, 100,000 plus serum presets and a mega bundle for 37 bucks. I was like, what? No, I picked up this one for like 17 bucks just because I wanted to try it out just to see. And there's legit like 15,000. Now they say presets and sounds because some of the ones that you get in there will have like this one shot kit plus the presets. So they'll give you sounds and the preset. And that's why it says 15,000. It's not actually 15,000 presets. It's presets and sounds combined. But the good thing about it is a lot of these packs I had never even heard of them. So it would have been like stuff that I would have never looked up. Not like your typical go-to for me, right? Which is like Tom Wolf or Luthrum. Those are really good presets for like Omnisphere, different uh scents that those particular guys promote and use. Whereas with this particular one, I would have never probably looked at most of these presets in here. Now, to be fair, there are some in here that wasn't going to recommend it primarily because some of them did not work, and I'm on the latest version of Arteria Lab Pro or whatever. So some of them didn't work. That's kind of a bummer, but I didn't want to press it. When you rate it, you could always rate it, and you can look at here. It says 4.3 rating, right? Partially that because the way the pack is organized is not very good. For instance, I noticed there was two different. At times, I would see two different packs, but labeled a little different, and I'm like, really? But once you open it, you realize you just have a duplicate pack. So it was a bit confusing. Not to mention, some of the packs I already owned. So it was kind of a bummer in that essence. But nonetheless, for the price that you're paying, like 17 bucks, if you try to buy all this stuff normally from separate, you'd probably be paying hundreds of dollars, a couple $100, if not more, $200-300. So for 17 bucks, it's worth it in that essence if you want a bunch of presets. Um, so there's different sellers on here or people that are pushing these. Like this one I haven't even looked at because I don't have Serum, but I mean, let's just take a peek in it and see. I mean, for $37, this is on sale, of course. It's limited time, so you can kind of get a sense of what you're looking at. But these are just still shots. Doesn't necessarily tell you what comes in the bundle. So you can kind of read, like if you need to translate that, like I do, because I don't really know what they're saying. And I still don't know what it's saying. It looks like it translated something from, I thought it was Spanish or something. Now it looks like German or something. I don't know what that's saying. But anyway, you can kind of look through here and get a little bit of idea what's included, but it's honestly not enough. That would be the one downside I'll say. So you won't know what you actually have versus what is in this thing. There's just kind of a rando pick to get a bunch of samples or a bunch of presets, I should say. So keep that in mind. I wouldn't say do this if you're looking for a specific one. You're not going to find it. You're going to be like, well, maybe they have it, maybe they don't. Sometimes they don't even include the artwork for the preset. So if you don't get the artwork, it's like going to pick up a returned item and it's missing a cable or it's missing. That's kind of like what you're buying. That's why it's so cheap. You're getting kind of that sort of deal. So you sort of can look at this and see what you're getting. I mean, you realize there's going to be some EDM, trap, techno, and ambient stuff in it, but it's not going to be a lot of one thing. You're going to have to just kind of bob and weave through it. But for that price, you can't beat that. So some of them are different. Like this one specifically tells you it's 60 presets, and here's what's in the presets. So you kind of get an idea. Or like if you go to the Arteria presets, let's see what's in this pigments one. And see now this one, if you don't own pigments, you obviously should not be buying this, but you need the software. This is just presets. They don't really tell you exactly. Let's see if there's anything in here. 10 gig. You do realize you're getting 10 gigs of sound banks and presets, so that is quite a bit. What's up, Crazy Rabbit? Are those real? Yes, they are real. They are instant downloads. Remember, they're digital downloads and they are just presets. So you have to buy the software. They're not selling you software, they're just selling you presets, which you can package together presets. That's not really a big deal. 2000 Serum presets pack. No, so you got to read the whole title. Let me go back and show you. Don't get confused on what it's saying. Here, let me show you how to decipher this. Look at the title. It says 100,000 plus serum preset bundle. So, what is in a bundle? 1,000 LFO bonus shapes, 4,400 noises, 3,300 waves, 100,000 plus serum presets. So sometimes what these guys do, and I don't want to say it's false advertisement, but the way they word it is a bit confusing. So it might be including these 100,000 plus, might be actual sounds. So sometimes you'll see where they give you sound packs. So just read them. See here, they tell you these are waves, shapes, and they may include that bit in the number because it just sounds better. Hold on one second, my headphones keep moving because it sounds better. It's advertisement. Advertisement always throws on these astronomical numbers that make it look better than what it is. I mean, that's part of the deal. They do advertise like that. So keep it in mind. They are real in the sense that you do get presets. This number might be exaggerated a little bit, but it's basically encompassing all of this plus whatever presets they actually give you. But think about it this way, you wouldn't get 200 presets for $37 if you go to somebody's website. And you can see here it's 52 gigs downloaded. So that's a lot of space. Okay. That takes up, that's quite a chunk, which means that you're not getting this for $37 nowhere else. So I'm just telling you up front that this is not fake. It's just it may be a little deceiving, I guess, in some ways, the way they word it. The verbiage is kind of deceiving. That's what I would say. Um, it is instant download. I haven't had any issues with it. I'm just telling you up front, I haven't had any issues. I would tell you if I had any. Um, but I did this one, and what I found in it was there are a ton of packs. And just so you know that it's not deceiving here, because I don't want you to just take my word for it. I'm gonna pull up my analog lab. I'm not gonna play these presets just because I don't want to right now. I spent a lot of time trying to upload them. It took me a minute, but I'm gonna show you what I mean. So here's one preset pack. The presets legit work. See, they're in here, they work. Okay. And it's 70 of them. Can you guys see this screen? Oh yeah, you should be able to see it. Okay, I'm just looking at the other screen. Wee, what's up, Davey? Good to see you. Yeah, and that's why I'm showing you guys what this is so that you don't have to guess. I'm not gonna I would dare not tell you to go get it if I thought it was a piece of trash or something, because I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't get paid anything for promoting this by any means. But you can see here, so there's 70 presets, right? How good are they? Well, that's up to the user. So we're not going to talk about subjective whether something's good. Now these are ones I already had, but this one is a new one. But you can see there's no artwork. So it didn't come with any, unfortunately. So here's some that did come with artwork where I had to put them in. You got to put the artwork in. That's the way um, the analog lab stuff works and pigments. When you're doing third parties, you got to put the artwork in. So here's one that didn't come. All these are new, by the way. So Amber, I thought Amber came with one. Let me see if Amber came with one. I'm gonna try to import it for you. If it did, let me go. Oh, you know what it was? So okay, so this is another thing I'm gonna show you real quick because I want you to see this. Oh, let me see if I can find Amber. So you see how this is a JPEG? What does it say up here? Import PNG image. Well, if you know what I know, that means that this won't work. So they give you an image that is the wrong format. So what that means is that I got to go find, there's the bank. Here's the image. I'm going to use this image. See how it's amber, but it's JPEG? That's not going to work. So on MacBook, you got to go in here to your quick actions and convert the image to a PNG, which is like that. And then it will convert it, and then you can delete this one. And now you have the image where you could actually put it in. So if you go back, you'll see the image is now highlighted, and then you click it. And now this one, give it a second, will have an image. So now Amber has an image. See, there it is. But there's a lot of them that are like that in there. They're not converted to this. See, these are the actual files I'm showing you. Now, see, some of these have, like, see how Amber has this, but see, it's not converted. It's still, but you see how you have Amber here, but then why is Amber picture up here? Just stupid stuff like that, to where the file should be with the other file folder and not just sitting randomly off somewhere. That's the kind of stuff you get. This is basically what it looks like in here. I'm showing you exactly what it looks like. So, like, here's Jukebox, for instance. I already had this one. So it's included in this bundle, but for those that don't have it, it's a good pack. But I'm just showing you. I already have Roses. But see how they give you the samples in here? And these right here, this is the lab. You click over here, it's these samples they give you. So they're counting those samples as a part of the quote unquote 15,000 presets. So that's why I say it's kind of a, because it says on the one I got, at least, it says presets and sounds. So that's why it seems confusing. Now, don't get me wrong. If you go back in here, this first pack is 70 presets. Or like, let's go into this one, 25 in this one, 20 in this one, 100 in this one, 55. So if you start adding them up, and you'll see all of these are new. All of these are new. This one's not. An antidote is not. But this one, these anti-gravity, antimatter, that's all brand new. This is new. This is new. This one was in there, but I already had it. This is all new. All this is new. Not this Cook one here, but the rest of those are all new. All these ones you're seeing here, except for Delusions. So I'm just showing you, look here, this 40. I think I had one that had like 150 in there. This one's got 100, 40, 50, 50. See what I mean? So by the time you look up, you do have a ton of presets in here. Yeah. I want you to know what it is, so that way if you decide to go and get it, it is cheap. But keep in mind, it took me some time, took me hours to sit here and not only load them, but also put the artwork with it so that you wouldn't be looking at just this type of image here. And they have to be PNG files, which most of these, hold on, let me fix this. Unfortunately, most of these, I think most of them now have changed. Yeah, see, I changed them to PNGs. PNG. Some of them were, some of them weren't. So it's a ton that you have to go through. But here's one of the other things that I'm going to show you this so that you can see it. So let me find it. I don't want you to not know. So see how this says unknown and this says unknown? This is the same file. For some reason, they put one here, and then inside this folder, there it is again. So it's a little deceiving in that way. Here's the artwork. But why they put these extra ones in here? Some of them are not extra. Like this Impulse is by itself. So there is no Impulse folder. Keep that in mind. I already had this one. Some of these jukebox stuff I already bought because I buy his stuff sometimes when I like it. Um, there's all these other ones that are their own personal things that they've made. Whoever it is selling, they literally just took everything they had and dumped it into a big folder and said, here's a ton of presets, or here's a ton of whatever. So that's basically what you're getting is a, and then there was a few that were kind of like this one. The folder says Lab X, Well, you can't open that. So you got to rename this. Like I couldn't even install this one because it won't let me access the folder because the folder said it was acting as if it was the preset, which is weird. So now I can go in and access that preset and install it. And I'll do it for you right now just so you can see what it looks like. Oh, sorry if I'm missing the chat. I was trying to actually focus, but made a few with AI. Hmm. Oh, you can make, yeah, you can make your own picture and put it in here, by the way, if you want. Like if you just want to describe it and create a picture with AI and then throw it in. I prefer what the artist created personally to go with it because it's their art. You're using their presets. So, like, here's Crate League and here's Crate League sets too. And it might be the same one. I don't think it is, but yeah, it's a little different. So they didn't make a Crate League sets too, or at least I didn't get one with this particular. It's like an Amazon crate almost. Like you got a whole Amazon crate with stuff that was partially opened and the manuals left out or something crazy like that. That's sort of what it is. So keep that in mind. They didn't put no major effort into putting this together. And that's why they're selling it so cheap that you won't complain about it because you'll realize, hey, you know what? What is $17 these days? You know, a couple gallons of gas, maybe something like that. So that's why they don't care. I don't think they do, at least. So all these are new. So you can see some of them have art. Let's do one. I'm going to do that one that I was just telling you about. So you got to go import, go to wherever you keep your presets. So in my case, I keep them under presets. And then that one was this. And then you got to find it. So this is where I just happen to remember where this one is. But you can see you're going through all of this to try to get it. It was under mind player. So now I can go in this folder. And there it is. It's the LA labx file. You hit open and then it's installed. That's it. I wish they would do drag and drop because then I could drop a bunch of them and it would install them faster, but they don't have it that way. You have to do them one at a time. Then when you go down here towards the bottom, you can go to your M's. Where is it? Mind players. And there it is. And there's the presets. There's no picture for it. So, and it's not even players, it's flares. So I'm not going to play any of this. I don't have the keyboard on right now, and that wasn't the point of this video. It's just to show you this. So let's go back over here and look at these. So again, this is the one I ordered right here, which is that amount right there. Now there's other presets. It doesn't have to be Analog Lab. It could be Fab Filter. They got some presets. That's expensive. Good Lord. There better be some really good presets in there for that kind of money. Um, Micro Freak. Sometimes you can get presets for your synthesizers if you have actual synthesizers. There's all kinds of stuff in here. Mastering presets for the FabFilter Pro Q4. You can get those for $3. That's a good deal. Something like that. It's not a major loss at all if you don't like it for whatever reason. Um, so there's what is this? Uber analog mod. I don't know. Make sure you read it and again, buy at your own risk. I'm not telling you to buy this. That's why I'm not promoting it in the sense of, oh, this is the greatest thing ever and you should go buy at your own risk. But I'm just letting you know that they did work and I didn't have any issues. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. Let's see. What's up, Oscar? Good to see you. I think I spoke to Aaron already. If I didn't, what's up, Aaron? Davey, what's up? These are lifted 100%. Yeah, some of them are. Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, some of them are, by the way. Yeah, just know that you're not. And I knew that once I was buying, I was like, okay, I'm taking a chance. Either these are going to be raggedy, like raggedy presets that are really bad, or they're going to be presets that somebody has collected over the course of time, however they collected over the course of time, maybe even whatever they got them, and they just bundled them together for next to nothing. For that reason, that's why they did it. So remember, you're buying. Think of it as you're buying something that you from a garage sale. That's how I'm gonna put it. If you've ever been to a garage sale, you're buying from a garage sale. Um, you don't know where them items came from, and it ain't no guarantee you're gonna get the manual or the artwork. And you might be missing some preset. No, I mean, I don't know if you're missing presets, but you're gonna be missing something. Just keep that in mind. So again, not encouraging anyone to say go get this for sure. Just letting you know that it does work. They do work, but that's what's in the bundle. Raggedy presets. Yeah. Well, you know what I mean when I say raggedy presets. I'm sure you guys do. There's a difference when you're going to somebody who's more pro and they're doing their own presets. They got it, like when you go to Lutherum, you're getting quality work. These presets are going to be really good versus when you go into somebody from, you know, Etsy and grabbing it, you might get something that's really like janky. And I don't know any other way to put it. Raggedy or janky. That's gonna be the two words I'm gonna use. No, we're not talking crack software. What's up, Manny? These are presets. No crack software here, and nor would I promote it. I won't promote crack software. See, the thing about presets are interesting. I could literally open this plugin and I'm just gonna show you this real quick. I could open this plugin, go in. Let's say I'm gonna use Tom Wolf just because I know his stuff pretty well. Say I pick this Tom Wolf preset and I say, give me this one. And in here, you can obviously edit each one of these. Like I can open pigments and edit, but I could also add another instrument and put two together. Now, did I create these presets from scratch? Absolutely not. But now, because I put these two sounds together, or maybe I tweaked a few knobs in here, I can rename and save this preset. And this preset could become a part of a package, which I ship to you for $10. I'm not, but I'm just telling you that's how I could do it. So anytime you're using this stuff, you can make your own presets and sell them. People do it all the time. They're not selling you the software, they're just selling you a preset, a sound that they've somehow created using the tools within that software. So that's what we're talking about presets. Reddit bundles. I don't think I've ever used a Reddit bundle, but I kind of think I know what you mean. Um Raggedy Rabbit. Yeah. Yeah, Raggedy. Um yeah, Reddit. You know the thing okay, so this is how I feel about presets. I just showed you a quick way I could call that my own preset, and I didn't actually make any of that. I just put two sounds together. Maybe I tweaked a knob and then I like the way it sounds, so I'm like, "Oh, this is a cool preset." Or let's say you go into Omnisphere and you find a preset and then you start doing mutate. So now you mutate those presets and then you name them something else. And you put them in a package and I sell them online for $10 for 100 presets. Now, I didn't make a single one of them technically. I just mutated till I got something I like. But I found that preset and I want you to buy it from me. That's how I see um these presets in my mind. You're buying somebody's presets. That's all it is. Now, on that said, on Etsy, you're buying somebody's collection of presets. So some of them might be their presets, some of them might be other ones they've collected. Whatever the case may be, it's just a bunch of presets in a package. So I don't really see it as them selling the software. It's not cracked software in any way. It's just presets. That's it. But let me see if I can see. Yeah, Lethtrum is very dope. I love their stuff. They are a bit expensive. I mean, you pay for what you get, right? Vicious Antelope, I think I remember them. Yep. Question: is there any chance of malicious code being hidden in Raggedy presets? Um, I'm not a high tech person to really answer that question, but I don't think so because presets, for them to actually work, they actually have to go through some format that Analog Lab makes for them. If that does that make sense? In order for it to work in a device, it's gotta fit their Arturia's format. So I don't think they could hide code. I mean, could it be something in a folder? Maybe. But one thing is for sure, I've never had any issues with presets, period. But think about it this way: anybody could buy a preset. I mean, could make a preset and sell it to you. Whether they put code in it or not, I have no clue. I just think for that low of a price, nobody's going to go through that much trouble. They're practically giving it to you for free. They're not going to go through the trouble of doing all that just for to give it to you for free unless they and on Mac I don't have any issues like that, or I've never had any issues. I am on Mac, I'm not on PC or anything. So I don't know on PC how that works. Yeah. Yeah, a virus, that is a possibility. I noticed viruses happen more, from my knowledge, on PCs more than they do on Macs. It doesn't mean it can't be, but I've never had an issue with it. And again, we're talking about presets, not software. Do not buy software from Etsy. That is like a no go. Don't do that. What's up, Moby Pixel? Good to see you. Yeah, do not go buying somebody's software off of Moby. I mean, off of Moby. Sorry, Moby. Off of you can buy it from Moby. Just don't buy it from Etsy. So again, we're talking about presets, and the only reason I'm showing you this is because, like I said at the beginning of this video, when I started putting tags on my videos, particularly stuff that I'm doing hardware or whatever, I noticed that there were tags for presets, and I was like, presets? And then it was presets on Etsy, which was like, what? So that's what got me even looking into it. I would have never looked into it otherwise. It's not my normal go-to. Aaron, I would say just be careful if you're gonna buy from it and you're scared of that. Um, just I'm assuming you must be on PC because that's the only people I ever hear that are scared or nervous about buying when it comes to viruses. So just be mindful of that. All right, give me 1 second. Sorry, guys, I'm back. All right, so where were we? Ali Star, what's up? Good to see you. Um, well, the VST, don't again, we're talking about presets, guys. We're not talking about the software. You're not buying software from Etsy. I mean, hopefully nobody is thinking that's what we're talking about. We're talking about a preset. Presets are can be bought from anybody. You can make your own presets if you want. You don't have to even buy presets. So we're just talking about presets. So these are a combination. A preset is just a combination of software that you already have, right? So here's using a Mellotron and something in here. They're not going to give you a virus from giving you a preset. I don't see that. I'm about 95% sure. I'm gonna say there's a 5% chance maybe something weird could happen. But here I'm showing you the inside of the folder. All it is the lab X files to be able to you'll get a you'll get a virus going to a website before you get a virus loading a preset into a piece of software. Yeah, Allen, I do feel like I'm Allen Iverson. Are we talking about practice? No. It's like, are we talking about presets? Come on, presets. A PDF? You talking about a PDF? Oh, you talking about because shows you how to do something? You can delete that if you don't have to open it. These are just documents. Watch this. Boom, gone. Delete it. If you're on a PC, maybe that's why you're nervous about it. But very few times have I ever seen a MacBook or a Mac in general get viruses. I mean, maybe they do, but all the years I've used them, I've never had any issues with somebody with a MacBook. And again, it's just presets. So you can get rid of. I mean, I'm not opening the. I would not open this anyway. Why do I need to know how to add the cover art? Like, I don't need this. Right. So you can move that to trash. All you need is the actual preset package and the artwork. That's it. And that's pretty much what you're doing. So anything else, like this right here, I'm not gonna open that. If it says lab x dot lab x, then you know that it's your actual, and everything else, just leave it alone. It doesn't even let you install. If you look here and you go import, you can only install a dot lab x file. That's the only thing you can install. You can't even drag and drop anything in here without doing it that way. So you're not going to get a virus from installing a preset. If you do, let me know because I want to know how that works. So going back to what I was saying, there are a ton of 125 in this one. And I'm just showing you different ones 50, 25. So if you look just on these two and this one, that's 200 right there. So you can see how quickly this is a new one too. 105 in here. This is 120. That's factory stuff. Already. Oh, wormhole. 125, 150. So you got 175, 178. There's 178 with another three packs. So what I'm saying is, yes, they exaggerated that 15,000, but I guarantee there is at least 4 or 5 thousand actual presets in there. Maybe more than that. I'm just going with a low number. 50. This one's got 30. There's at least four or 5 thousand in there presets, and you're never gonna find that for $17 anywhere. Most of the time, you go get somebody's presets, you might get 100, and they'd be like $20, $30 for that pack. There's one with 101. This one has 50, 25. Some of these are ones I had already. These are Audio Juke. I got this one for free from Audio Juke. Paid for this one, right? Paid for mirrors. This one was a free one. Or not free, came from that pack. So it's 40 in there. 34. So I'm just showing you. I installed them 70. And yes, I test every one of them. And not every preset, but every pack. Some of the presets may not work. Who knows? Depending on what version you're on. But you want to, I'm on the latest version of Analog Pro and I haven't had any issues. 28. If you're on an older version, I can't speak for that. So this one was in there, even though I already have it. 70. These two, all of this is new. But anyway, let me answer a few more questions. Yeah, I mean, there may be some stuff you can do with regards to checking that out. I haven't had any issues though with that, and I wouldn't. Again, I'm not saying you need to do this or you have to get this. It's the best thing ever. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I tried it out and this is what happened. It worked. Um, let me see. Yeah, I mean, if you're going on some janky websites, now I said janky, you can add that one to your vocab. If you're going on some janky websites, you might you might end up with something. The good thing is it's Etsy, you can get your money back if something is fraudulent, you don't like it, or something ain't right, you can get your money back from that. So again, I'm not promoting crack software or people stealing stuff. That is definitely not happening. But I'm just showing you that there are presets on Etsy, which is kind of weird, but I can't tell you what everyone is like. I have no clue. I can suggest something like Luthrum because they are creditable and they have their, stuff organized and together. But when you see something like this, you're taking a chance on getting it. Especially if you see someone with 100,000 on it. That's a lot of presets, but I mean, it is 52 gigs of something. So you're gonna get something out to do. I just don't know what. And I'd say if you're nervous, don't do it. Cause yeah, just don't do it if you're nervous. Old major. Well, I'm not gonna deny that in the past, maybe on some older phones or something, you could probably get a virus. I'm just telling you my experience with Mac in the last 10 years that I've used it, never had an issue with viruses or anything. Ever. Not once. Again, I don't know. I'm not messing with any cracked software. So there's a difference. Cracked software, stay away from it. Don't do it. I do not encourage it or promote it. Presets, different thing. So we can't compare the two because they're not the same. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you I haven't cracked anything. Cracked Superior Jumper. uh, yeah, I'm not messing with no cracked software. We worm wormhole wormhole walk away. That's funny. Crackmaster Alley. You guys are hilarious. Too bad samples can't be used as currency. Some would be ultra rich. That is true. Um, in other news, come on, FedEx. Fed up. Yeah, I'm fed up with FedEx. Their shenanigans. They'll be like, well, it was a winter storm. That was like 4 weeks ago. It's not a winter storm. I just ordered it. That's hilarious. Yeski. Um, yeah. So again, presets. Tons of places to get them. I remember when um we didn't have like a Etsy, and at that time all we had was like eBay. eBay or something, you would go get presets from here for cheap. I don't remember Arturia actually back then, but if there was anything with presets, you would go here and get them. Now you don't see eBay cracking down on none of that, or even saying you can't sell them. They don't even have them on eBay. I don't think people care to put that kind of stuff on eBay because it's not really worth paying fees for. That's how you know that this kind of stuff is like, it's not going to be well put together because they're paying fees to sell on Etsy, right? So the only reason they're selling is because it's nothing for them to grab all the presets off their desktop and just throw them in a zip file and then give them to you. That's all it is. It's a digital download. It's quick. So keep that in mind. Do not go pay $70 for a Fab Filter all-in-one bundle presets. $70. This is crazy. I don't care what nobody say all-in-one. What kind of presets are you selling here? I love Saturn too, though. I can't deny I like that. But still, I mean, like, how many presets is this? See, they don't now this one I would be a little skeptical on. Partially because I don't even see anything where they tell you the file, or like at least tell me how big the file is. So just so you know, the one that I um got just to try out here, if I'm not mistaken, it was about 15 gigs. Let me see if this one don't even tell you. Huh. Well, never mind. I'm the sucker that did it. But whatever. It was like 15 gigs. So if you download something and look at here, I didn't even see this. If I'd have put thank you in the cart, they they may be giving me this just because I purchased it, but it says thank you in the cart, 15% off. So if I got 15% off of $17 or whatever, yeah, why not? So you guys heard it from me. If you put thank you in the cart and you want to get this, you can use it because I'm not going to buy it again. That's crazy. But thank you, whoever first person uses it. And I really don't care if somebody gets it or not or whatever. So, or chooses not to get it. I'm fine. But anyway, yeah, 4 point. I mean, yeah, of course they're going to give a 4.3. I gave them a 4 only because I felt like it was a little unorganized. If you're going to do this, at least try to make it look organized to some degree. And I can tell they don't care nothing about the photos being on the artwork being on the thing because they didn't even put the proper it should have been PNG files instead of JPEG files, but whatever. That's not that big of a deal. I showed you guys how to correct that. But yeah, this right here looks a mess to me. There's too many it's duplicates of stuff too that I'm just like, why didn't you just get rid of the duplicate? Like it makes it look like it's more than what it really is type stuff that I don't like that. So like here's analog elements, here's analog elements. Why do I need both of these? If it's one in there, just delete the other one. Or like here's another one. See, drown. Get rid of that. So that's the only reason to me I was like, okay, this is because I get it. If it's like an opportunity to sell, some people gonna sell it. Here's some presets. They gonna sell their presets too. I mean, good lord. It's presets though. I don't really that's and in my mind that's harmless because you can get presets a dime a dozen. I've had people give me presets too for free, so it's not that big of a deal to me. Same thing here. It's just a duplicate copy of the same one. Clean it up. So I don't really care about presets. I probably will not use half of these presets in here. But the idea is that you have it and you can use it at your, own will if you choose to. Like all of these are duplicates of this that's already here. So 15,000 turned to 5,000 real quick, right? So keep that in mind. Now, this preset pack here, I believe, is whoever the user is. I'll tell you why in just a second. Let me grab this and pull this into here. Well, first of all, they had the picture in two different places, but outside of that, they didn't. When I went to initially upload this one or import it, it didn't even go to its own destination. It literally went to the user folder, which tells me or leads me to believe that this is probably their personal presets and that they just didn't take the time to fix it. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm not complaining. And I got my money's worth out of this by even if I just got maybe like 20 packs that were actually good. Shoot, if I got 10 packs that are good for 17 bucks, I ain't complaining at all. Anytime any site that rhymes with sketchy, that's hilarious. Etsy sketchy. Okay. Are they decent quality? Yes, they are. They're decent. Some of them already had like these right here um Audio Juke. I already have them. There's at least one, two, at least two in here from Audio Juke. These let me show you some more. These presets from I haven't even checked all of them out. I mean, I listened to them for a second, but not like spend time. I'm trying to show you the ones I did. Oh, right here. These HZE. There's a bunch of his in here. I'm saying his, and it could be I don't know, but this person's presets. It could be whoever it was. This one is a duplicate. Um, these are really good, like super solid. There's some from I think it's called Mellow, and they're basically like real flute sounds that the person put into a mellotron, and they sound like I mean really good. There's a trumpet. They put trumpets. They put all kinds of different sounds in there. But like these audio juke ones, these jukebox juice, I already have that. This one got that one too. This one I already had. So a lot of this stuff I already had. I bought these from Audio Juice when they were on sale. I think I got them for like $5 or something like that each. So imagine I bought these. I probably paid five each for them. But in this packet, they put them in there and they were like $17 for this whole thing. So you get your money's worth, no doubt. And that's the key from it. Even if you walk away with, like I said, I'm gonna move that to trash. That's a duplicate. Even if you walk away with 10 packs that are good that you enjoy and you're gonna use, you got your money's worth. So that's the blessing. I mean, I hate that some of the artwork isn't there, but it is what it is. It's here. Hey, nice. See, you got yours before me. They sent me a notification, but I don't think it's coming to. Let me see. Between 12:50 and 2:50. So I got some time. They did a terrible job. I'm gonna call the company about it and tell them because it should have been here yesterday, but now they're taking their little sweet time. I'm like, how long does it take you to get a package to somebody? It's ridiculous. Here's another one, roses and wine. I have this one already. So I mean, for what it's worth, you get your money's worth. I'm not gonna complain about it. I won't be buying a ton of presets from here. I just wanted to try it out to see what it was like, and I got to see, and it was fine. It worked. But like this one, I won't. As much as I love pigments, I won't buy it. I don't like this one. The fact that they use the actual advertisement, it's kind of weird. Like, why did you use this advertisement for some presets? I mean, I get it. You want people to know it's pigments, but they're saying it's over 10 gigs of sound banks and presets. Of course, the software is not included. That would be weird. Um, at least they respectively say you must have Arturia pigments to use these sound banks and presets. The software is not included. This is sound banks and presets only. They even tell you Splice has a rent to own if you want to get it. And they tell you what you get for the most part. And you can send via PM message to download secure cloud. Yeah. So look, anybody could make presets and sell them on Etsy. It's not a big deal. I'm not gonna ever make a big deal about a preset. I think that's kind of not. It really just isn't that special. I mean, we can all make presets these days. Hey, that's good for you, Rabbit. I hope it does work out for you. I know you have. I've seen a couple of your videos where you're looking for your URX. I mean, you're looking for that type of device that can do it all for you. And I'm hoping the same thing too, because we're gonna see. It's just taking forever to get it, but for me, at least you got yours. You actually gonna better beat me to it and maybe do a video on it. So that'll be fun. Glass Glow. I would love to go to Glass Glow to see what it's like. Did I even say it right? Glasgow. Is it Glasgow, right? I said it wrong. I don't know why I said. I guess I shouldn't have been up at 3 in the morning still messing around with music stuff. Same as the seller. Don't trust him. Yeah, man. 32-bit. That's new. Yeah. Yeah, Davey is 32-bit. It's pretty good. I think the ticket is how well will um the dual USB work, because that's going to be the big sell all. That and the sound, of course. You want something that sounds good. But I think they'll do good. Believe me, if you start seeing a bunch of returns, then you'll know. Here's your easy drummer. This is what you were talking about, Ali Star. The easy drummer stuff. It's probably all this MIDI that they just Glasgow. Oh, okay. I was saying it wrong. I'm glad you said that. Glasgow. Glasgow. Yeah. I've I really would love to go there to visit somewhere like that. So far, my favorite place that I've ever been was Ireland, but I've been to Italy and a few other places, and they're all amazing. Have different cool stuff to see. But Ireland is still my home away from home, I feel like. I just love the people and the voices and the accents and everything else that comes along with it. Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I did this last night to try it out, and again, it works. But don't have expectations high, because when you see these weird numbers they put up here to make your eyes jump out, like what, 52 gigs, 100,000, it's not necessarily what you think. And keep in mind, you're not paying this low amount of money for something that's really this amazing as they're advertising. Presets for easy and superior. Now that's a specialized area. That is true. I didn't even think about that, because in the years ago I've used those, but I'm not really. I use Addictive Drums and Pocket Drummer now. I like Pocket Drummer; it's a lot of fun, and it was cheap, so that made it even better. Here's your slim magnetic protective cover for your MPC Live 3. Etsy is cool though, man, because you can get some good stuff. I don't hate it. I actually love it a lot, um, but just know some of this stuff is you generally made by somebody. So anyway, Wabbit, I know you are itching to try that out. Oh, Crazy Wabbit, if you're still here, I was gonna show you something. Particularly you, just because you got did you download your if you haven't, you want to download these driver tools because this is the only way if I as far as I know that you can update it. So it looks like hold on, where is it? The device center. This is the device center that you use to update the Yamaha, and then you can add a device. It may recognize it when you plug it in. I don't have it yet, so I had to go and add it in. But anyway, if you don't get that, I don't think you can update the drivers, but you have to have that installed as far as I know. The device center. It's on the Yamaha website. Um, I can take about 50 hours to make a new full kit in Superior 3, including converting it for full usage in MPC. What you reckon that should be worth for a 50-hour job? It's a good question. 50-hour job. Well, you can't base it just on 50 hours because you might, in your mind, think, well, I need to make, I don't know what your minimum wage or where you live with regards to that, you know? But some people might feel like I need to get, I'm going to just use a number, American $20 an hour or something. I'm just using that as a low number. So if you start doing it that way, well, then you're going to have to sell enough of the packs to make it worth it. But I would say, and I don't really use Superior 3, so I can't really totally give an honest opinion, nor am I using the MPC. But I would just say, come up with something is reasonable that you can make the most of. You want to sell as many as you can, right? So if you put some astronomical number that people are like, I'm not paying for that, and people are cheap right now, then you're not going to make that much money. So I would say if you keep the number low and do like a sliding thing, like maybe you want to do, I don't know, 15 to $20 for the pack, or you could do $10 and let people pay you more if they can, or something, something like that. I've been on this kicker of like give people an option to pay what they can because there are some legit people who just can't afford it, but they would love to get it. And they'll be the people that support your channel, right? But then there's also those that can afford to give 20, $30 or something, and they don't mind giving it to you to help you out. Cool. Well, they cover the expense of maybe two other people. So it's just however you view it, and you know what it takes you and what you put into it. Yeah, this is serum right here. Oh, do I have any? I'm sorry. I misread that, Aaron. No. I don't even have Serum the software. So, yeah, there's no reason for me to buy the Serum pack. I don't have the software. But if I ever got it, I might consider that, 100,000 potentially. Let's just say if it's 5,000, 10,000, that's a lot of presets to start out with, especially if you don't really like I don't even know how to use Serum to be honest with you. Um but yeah, I do hear sometimes some good stuff coming from there. I know Tom Wolf has a few presets from there, and I think there's presets on Luthrum's website for Serum. Yeah, see, I'm the same way, Ali. I'd rather have a slider where people can kind of choose a little bit because if you so if you put 10, let's say $10, if you sell it on Gumroad, they make you put a minimum. So like even though I give my stuff at 0, they still tell me I have to put them in. So I usually put like $7. But you can donate or pay whatever you want for my stuff. It's not, if you don't have it, just do 0. It's fine. If you got $1, cool. So it's up to you. But I think you're in the right thinking as far as just put a slider to help people get the stuff. Because in the end, if you make any money from it, if you were doing it for yourself initially, you were still doing it for yourself anyway. It doesn't really matter. People, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, people probably would. I mean, that's the kicker is that people are going to do stuff like that. There's always going to be somebody that does it, that sends it out there and tries to get it for free. My thing is, if it's on there for free, then why would you go to some faulty person who you don't even know and get it for free from them if you at random when you could just go to the Gumroad and grab it for free? But I hope that by putting it for free, that people will be like, okay, he's not even asking really for anything. Maybe I could give him like $2 or something. Cool. And then I get something. I'm not worried about the material because I made all that stuff. I played all those songs. It's more of I want people to use it because I'm not using it. It's just sitting on the computer doing nothing. So it gives people a chance to utilize it. And it's sort of almost like you're collabing with me in a way, but not really. But yes, they would crack it because it would be the best drum thing ever on the MPC to be quite. Oh, I'm with you. Like I get it. Like if I'm on MPC and you got MPC, I mean, you can give me some Superior 3 drummer kits or whatever that I can get on there and use. And you got them layers in there. I think, what is this, 8 layers now or something like that? You got those layers that you can put in there and build up them sounds. Absolutely. I don't know if I would crack it, but um, I would definitely donate something toward that if I actually had the MPC. I don't have an MPC, unfortunately, but and right now, because I wouldn't use it enough, it ain't worth the money for me. But I would still do it. I got canceled from a group recently because I'm quite honest. Yeah, I I don't know. I wouldn't. I try not to cancel anybody or do anything crazy like that. The only thing I don't tolerate is racism. You know that kind of stuff. I don't tolerate that. Um, it's just not right, and it's not something that I'm gonna be ever tolerating on my channel personally. Like, so if somebody get in there talking down on anybody, I don't care countries or any of that. We don't do that. We love all people, and I don't do hatred toward people. So that said, that's the only thing that would make me like ban somebody or if they're using derogatory terms towards people. That kind of stuff is just unnecessary. But other than that, yeah, I mean, people can talk freely and express themselves. I think that's a good thing. It's just a form of entertainment and release in some way. So banning people is kind of heartbreaking that you even feel you got to do that, but it is what it is. 4.26 pounds, okay, but it's not a portable device in my option or opinion. Okay, so it's made of real metal, I'm assuming, then, so it's a little heavier. But I'll see what you think. 4.26 pounds, that's still really good though. That's not that heavy. I mean, I would say, let me pull my Osmos back, is kind of in the way. When I pick up the Arturia Keylab or Astrolab 37, it's got to weigh at least 4 pounds. I don't think I could even get by with saying it does. It weighs at least 4 pounds. So, and to me, it's very portable. So 4 pounds is not that bad. The kicker is going to be whether the thing can be powered by an iPad. That's gonna be, oh, it ain't plastic, and that's good. We don't want plastic. That's terrible. Yeah, well, I believe it's metal, and I believe you that you telling the truth for sure. The kicker is, can you plug a USB in? It's chunky inside. Pause. But yeah, no, I feel you. um, I think the kicker for me is going to be more so, will it power with a USB-C via an iPad or something like that? Because if it will, then we're in good shape. Really? As big as an iPad 11? You mean like an iPad mini maybe? Cuz iPad 11 is kind of big. Well, of course, I believe it's definitely a studio device for sure. But I was thinking, if it's big as I have an iPad 11 I'm looking at right now, and I'm like, that's huge in compare. I mean, it's still portable, but it's kind of huge in comparison. Oh, cool, you're testing the power, nice. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping, I was hoping that it was about the size of an iPad mini, which is like an 8 inch. So it's really that big. Okay, interesting. Yeah, you're not gonna be walking around with that, because I'm thinking the iPad. Let me grab my iPad real quick as I look at it. So the Arturia Astrolab, for instance, the 37, which is the smaller one, is about the size of two 12-inch iPads. Because I'm using an 11 now, so I'm gonna say it's a little bit bigger than the 11. So it's about the size of two 12-inch iPads as far as the length and the width. That is, iPad. Oh, iPad won't power it. Wow, that's kind of heartbreaking to hear. So then it only power, well, please tell me the computer at least powers it. Cause that's fine, cause I could tolerate that. Cause for me, it is a studio device that I'm looking for. I'm not worried about portability. I was hoping that the iPad could power it. That would have been nice, but I'm cool with an iPad not being able to power it, because I mean, you think about that, is, if it's that big of a device and you got a screen and you got all this stuff going, you're gonna need a little more power. That makes sense. It turns on and you get a message. Okay, so it's telling you it's not enough power. So you could get, I bet you could, Crazy Rabbit, I don't have it in front of me, but I bet you could use one of the INIU power bricks and power it off of that. I bet. I'm about, I'm not even gonna say I was about to say 90% sure. I'm about 75% sure that you could use one of those bricks to power it. And I bought the bigger one recently, the 2500 milliamps ones or whatever it is. And I believe that any of those, even the 20,000 one, could probably power it. Because I can power the Arteria Key Lab and a bunch of other stuff with these little bricks. All right. Definitely. I'm hanging in there just to see what you say, because I'm still going to be waiting on mine for a couple more hours, unfortunately. Because FedEx is fed up with delivering on time. I don't know how many have the Arteria Matrix Brute, but here's somebody selling presets for it. Trying to see. 130, about 130 to 200 are demonstrated here. Sorry for the 30-minute play. So 255 patches for that. That's not bad. And they got a YouTube video where you can go look at the and listen to at least 130 of them. And this is part 3, so I'm assuming they have more presets that they sell. That's pretty cool. If I had that keyboard, I'd be interested. Okay, MacBook does power. Yes, that's good. It has a power button, which is even better. I love a device that has a power button. Personally, I think all of them should. The Arturia Lab has, I mean, Arturia Astrolab 37 has one. The Osmos has one. So that's going to be good. So you have a MacBook Air M1. Okay, I'm on the MacBook Pro M1. So that's good. At least your MacBook Air can power it. So we know that. You checking the INIU? So you're doing everything I was going to do on camera. I was gonna be testing all of that. That's good. I'm glad you're doing it. I'm glad you got it because it saves me some time. I'll still do it, but just I'll do it for the a video once I know. So it's gonna be good. But that I'm just hanging out now just to check out what Crazy Wabbit's gonna say about this in just a second. Just kind of cool. There are some other stuff on here that you can look at. Like here's these people love to exaggerate. 394,000 presets for the DX7 plugin. So there's a I didn't even remember there was a DX7 plugin. Okay, that's cool. It's a lot of presets. I didn't So anyway, if you like the DX7 plugin, you might try this. They got a 5 out of 5 on the rating too, which is okay. I don't know how many sales they've made. It doesn't really show you on here, but that's kind of cool. So anyway, just take a look at Etsy and see if there's something there you like. And as cheap as this stuff is, it might be worth the try. Don't buy anything that tells you it's software. They lying. They're not selling software that cheap. And preset wise, here's some for the Micro Freak, some stuff. So if you like it, I wouldn't say this is the main place you need to get your presets or it's the best ever. I'm just gonna say it's an option for some cheap stuff if you want something really cheap. I tried the M3 iPad, won't power it. Okay, so that definitely means my M2 iPad is not gonna power it. Okay, cool. The INIU powers it. That brick is becoming even more valuable. I shouldn't call it a brick because people might confuse that. That power brick is becoming more powerful. I'm using the big one, using the big power bank. Okay, so I only have I have three of them, but two different kinds. The 20,000 milliamp and the 25,000, which is the bigger one. I have that one. It's a stronger one. Okay. Oh wow, the little one powered it. That's incredible. That's good to know because I don't have that one, and I almost was tempted to buy one, but I was like, yeah, I don't want to get it because it's not enough power. And now you just told me it's plenty of power. So if it can power that's incredible. Well, that's there's a lot of positive outside of the iPad not doing it. That's a lot of there's a lot of positive takeaways from what you've been able to test so far. And I'll do my own version on the channel too. I'm conflicted on this to be honest. I'll test my use case, but it's too big for my taste. Yeah, see, I need to know that too because as soon as I see it, I'm gonna be like, oh God, if it's legit big as a iPad 11, that's gonna be that is kind of a big deal for what you're paying for it. I kind of was hoping for something smaller too, but yeah, definitely. I think the thing to test is the dual ports to see um to see if it's going to be good for you to send audio back and forth through your iPad or your iPhone and your computer. See, here's the kicker for me. I wasn't expecting Ableton to drop live link audio. See, link audio changes a lot because any device that has link in it will now should now be able to send audio to and from Ableton, which is my main way of recording, which means that when the iPad gets it, because at some point it will, then I wouldn't even need a interface to send the audio back and forth. I would just turn on Link and record into Ableton. That's the kicker for me. That kind of could be the deal breaker of me not keeping it or me keeping it. I mean, I do want it for the sake of recording my Arturia stuff because that's the stuff like my Arturia keyboard. I haven't really been using it much because there's really no point if I can't record into, another device. But um yeah, it's kind of heartbreaking. I was hoping they would have put an audio interface in the Arturia keyboard just because they put a mic input to do vocoder. So I thought, well, maybe they could have put something in there, but they didn't. So it is what it is. It's definitely studio. Hope it works for you. So, Crazy Rabbit, let me ask you this. You said it's definitely studio, but I thought that's what you were doing with your combination of the connectivity. I think it's called connectivity, audio 4C or whatever, and your Zoom. So I thought it would replace those two or three devices or whatever you had. So you were looking for studio. That's what I thought. Okay, yeah. There you go. That makes sense if you can get rid of the other one. Hey, check that Duo out, man. Let me know what you think. If it works and you can pass your audio to and from the desktop to your iPad or another device or your iPhone or whatever you want to do, that's a big deal. I was, but the ground noise with Audio 4C. Oh, you were hoping for more portable. Okay. It does look smaller though in the picture. That's why I was like, wait a minute, how I'm gonna pull it up. We'll go Sweetwater. Be good to spell it right, but whatever. We're on the way. So here's another certified open box for $50 less. So obviously this picture is blown up to some degree. Let's see what they say on the specs. There we go. 6x4 analog outputs, headphones. Sometimes they'll tell you the measurements of it and they don't on here. So then we would have to go to Yamaha to their, oops, guess I need to learn how to spell Yamaha products. There we go. So if you're wondering about what we're talking about right now, we're talking about the URX. I'm just going to type it in here, save myself some time. There we go, URX 44 audio interface. Download special content specs. So they don't tell you the measurements of it. Well, we know the screen is 4.3 inch based on here, right? 9.5. Okay, so there we go. 9.5-inch wide, 7-inch depth. Okay, so that's not an iPad 11. You were getting me nervous. So that's that's a little bit bigger than an iPad mini. 3-inch tall on the back. Okay, yeah, so that makes sense. It has to slope a little bit because you got all those inputs and outputs on the back, which makes sense. 7-inch depth is, I was trying to get something to compare it to where you could imagine a person could imagine it. But yeah, so an iPad mini is 8 inches, right? They measure from corner to corner on the screen at an angle. That's how you know what the inches are, right? So imagine that with another inch added to it. That's basically what it is. Nine and a half inch wide is the same thing as an iPad 11. I'm looking at an iPad 11. Let me measure it. Oh, you're right. Okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying that is what an iPad 11 is. I got you. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So what I was saying is, if you if you measure the interface, you're saying it's exactly that same measurement, nine and a half. I thought you were saying that. You're right. I mean, the iPad is nine and a half. Let me look at this thing. Here we go. Dimensions. Oh, you're right. It is 9.6. So it is the size of a iPad 11 in the width, and then the depth you said 7. So yeah, 7.2. So you're right. I apologize. You're correct. Spot on, Crazy Rabbit. It is the iPad 11. So if you're okay with an iPad 11 size interface, then it's not bad. You know what though? I'm glad it's not too small though, because then how would you have a touch screen? A 4 inch touch screen would be ridiculous on a little bitty device. It'd be really hard to, if you got big fingers, to touch certain sliders and things. So it's kind of nice that it is big in that way. Now imagine all metal or aluminum. Yeah, that's true. But if it's only 4 pounds, that's not that bad. I mean, beefy, yes. Yes, you're right. I mean, it's going to be thick. It's going to be however you want to, chunky, if you want to call it that. But yeah, but imagine while we're talking about that, and of course you have it in front of you, so you're speaking from now somebody who's touched it. I could understand where you're coming from, but I also think if I'm going to touch a screen, it needs to be a big enough screen. I mean, it needs to be a big enough device with a screen that is 4 inches so that you can, because when they say 4 inches, they're measuring across, right? 4 inches across. So you need, I'm going to take this iPad. You guys can't see this, but I'm just using a tape measure to measure across where 4 inches would be. So that's basically, let me check this iPhone. Because an iPhone Max Pro is like 6.5 inches, almost 7 inches, but not quite. So if you think about your iPhone screen sitting on there, that's about what you're looking at. The iPhone Pro Max will be like the screen on that device. And then, of course, you got all these, and you got four inputs. So so you need that kind of space. And as long as it sounds good, it's not super noisy, that would frustrate me. A big noisy device. At 4.2 pounds, I mean, we can see it on screen. Crazy Rabbit is telling the truth, though, for real. See, 4.2, 9.6. I don't know why my brain didn't, I wish it would have, think to look at this, but I guess I wasn't as worried as much about the size of the device. I knew it wasn't a rack, but I also know that we're getting four inputs, four combo jacks. So it's going to be a little bigger than most devices, and you're getting a screen. So the other option would be to go with, if you're not going to go that route, but you lose the dual, would be go with some like the URX 44C, but that defeats the purpose if you're trying to get dual. So now the question comes into, is the sound good? Because if it's noisy, nobody wants noisy. And then if it sounds good, I mean, what else is there really to say? If someone breaks in, you're beating them down. Another weird thing is that the big knob is the big knob. Pause. I'm not seeing where it interacts. Oh, so what I do know without using it is that you touch the spot on the screen you want, and then you turn the knob to adjust it, or press in to click in. So just touch, and so it's a lot. It is touching and turning the knob. That doesn't, none of that sounds good when you just verbally hear that. Pause all the way. Um, yes, it has software built into it, and it also is a recorder, so it can record 16 tracks. So you got to keep that in mind too, that you can record into it. So that's a positive. Does not come with a micro SD card. Okay. You're saving me a lot of time, Crazy Where when I do my video, I'm gonna make it right to the point. And I'll just yeah, I'll get right to it. I won't have to do a lot of extra work, but I'll do some tests, some simple plug and play tests just to see. But I think you answered everything that I was wondering about for the most part too. I'm not too worried about the micro SD card. Most of the time I'm probably going to record into Ableton. Um I do care about the sound. If the sound is not good, then that's not going to work for me personally. It's got to sound good. And I will say this, if you're going to get the URs 22, they're the same size and same weight. So the only thing you're getting different is you're losing those extra inputs and outputs. So you might as which is right here. So you might as well, I think it's like $100 more. You might as well just get the one that's got the same, got more inputs and outputs because you're going to get the same size device. So yeah, so I think the only thing is now, Crazy Rabbit, is what does it sound like to you? Is it noisy? Is it, and I mean, I'll have to listen on my end too. I'll give you my input once I get it, but we definitely want to know. Oh, by the way, it does 18 track. I keep saying 16 because my brain keeps reverting over to here. 18 track recording, 18 track playback. So you can record up to 18. Okay, going to do the first impression video. Nice. All right. So we'll join your video. I'm going to go ahead and end my video here. If everybody wants to know what we're talking about as far as this URX, join Crazy Rabbit's video. I'll do mine a little later just because unfortunately it hasn't been delivered. So I got to wait. It's part of it. Thank you, Crazy Rabbit, for joining us. Thank you, Ali Star, Davey, Aaron. I'm trying to remember who else was in here. Moby stopped in. Appreciate you. Manny. Thank you, Manny. And I think that's it. We'll see you guys on the next one. All right. I'm out.